Afghanistan Rose Petals. Thank you, Najmia, for inviting me to be a presenter. Afghanistan Rose Petals. Guests and friends. My name is Jacki, and I taught at Kabul University from 1976 to 78. I was with 2 full years of Peace Corps in services in language, culture, and history. I'm a UCB and UNLV grad, or alum. I was asked to introduce the over 5,000-year history of Afghanistan using part of my video in the 10 minutes. In 1747, the modern state was initiated. Zaire Shah was the 12th or 11th king. By 1500 BC, Afghanistan was the established crossroad to Asia in world trade and tourism. This video is a collage from my research and is set to my Afghan song I prepared in Fort 96. This is before the 1979 Soviet invasion. Like for champions, this is to see the vision for progress again. Afghanistan Rose Petals. The peak 1970s in Afghanistan. JJJJShawProductions.com. Afghanistan, competitive neighbors, Pakistan, China, former Soviet Union, and Iran. Elders for assembly, tourism and trade. Aryan, the parent language, Indo-European. Shepherds, crossroad to Asia since 1500 BC. My students at Kabul University and Secretary of Business teaching. An Afghan high school with student dress. Family picnics, 1970s. Prayer carpet, an Islamic gift, and letters to DC together. 15th century. Ooh, went fast. Scholars, Ghazni, 10th century. New Year's. King Yama set the date. In 3000 BC, Ariana in Bactria Gaul. Bamiyan Valley. Buddha statue, historic as the world's tallest. Monk retreats. Greco-Bactrian site coins, 2nd century BC. 20,000 BC stone sculpture from Akafu. Zoroaster, 1500 BC, first hymns to God. Influenced Cyrus to Parsis, Iran to India. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Elders, by character, to 6th century independent city-states. (3000 BC), Ariana. Nomads as Kuchis. Ancient Aryan migrations. Yurts. Mongolian, Turkmen. Self-reliance. Lorry truckers. Food trade. Government tour, Afghan tour. 48 BC, the silk trade route. Jewelry, gems, blue gem of lapis, gold standard. Carpet weavers, Mughal Empire. Teapot repairer, Babur, 1506. Buzkashi with a goat for kebabs. Ark of Triumph, independence to the 12th king. Shawl, 100 years of British wars. Interfaith coexisting. Shalom, why? Wars since 1979 invasion. Mosque with calls to prayer. National Museum, prehistory to modern times in the 1970s. The Afghani coin, ancient land of 100 kinds of wheat. Citadel of Herat, built by Alexander the Great and held by various kings. Afghan villages, Esteli, Nuristan, of Kabul, the capital. 1880, 1506. Intercontinental Hotel, 1970s. Our World Heritage, yurts and tourists. People came around the world. Chai at the tea house, not Taliban students. Exotic music from Herat. Gas and oil fields leased in Mazar for 25 years. Embroidery for fashion. Truth Matters in World History. The tape previews over 5,000 years of his story with her story of fashions and sites and host clues in country and character. The 1979 Soviet invasion was followed by over 25 years of war, chaos, grief, and losses. The late Louis Dupree, world expert on Afghanistan, wrote textbooks the 60s, the 70s. He drafted the 1980s textbook and it was destroyed by the communists. That was a wake-up call for me. I prepared various works before 9/11, dissertation studies, and learning activities. Afghanistan, crossroad to Asia, check the 1977 timeline. I used it with my 6-verse Afghan song in advocacy with letters and a few trips to Washington, D.C. On April 27th, 1978, the first President Daoud was assassinated and Moscow took over. May we all have healing. Now Karzai is president, hopefully for all Afghans. By 1989, the Mujahideen were victors, ending the Cold War. We brought tapes for the silent auction. See Jim at the video camp. We started a new website, www.JJJJShawProductions.com. We moved to Seal Beach, that's different the program. In closing, Afghans fought and died for the spirit of freedom, yours and mine. Afghans were world-renowned for hospitality and food. I tend to think hospitality might be better than civilization. Afghans have that. Ironically, Abina Sana, born 980 in Bakhtri-Balkh, was the father of medicine. He wrote textbooks used in Europe for 600 years. I appreciate your being here at this event for Afghanistan. took Rabat lessons in Afghanistan and remembered this too. Now let's hear it in Dari.
Before I begin, I would like to take a moment to honor all the people who are presently losing their life for our freedom and safety.
Now let me introduce to you Ms. Jacklyn, who has a sort of rich and varied background, a student of the humanities, classics, conflict, University of Berkeley. She's completed a degree in education. Talking to her, it seems that perhaps one of the more important defining moments of her life was 2 years spent in Afghanistan with the Peace Corps. She developed a textbook. She developed a classification system for the library. She also developed a number of educational games. Over the years, she has maintained her contact and her great admiration for the culture and history of Afghanistan, and she's going to say a few words on Afghanistan's history.